you're an introvert, then you can relate to routinely finding yourself in environments that are often overwhelming, overstimulating, or just too loud. Remember, we process stimuli differently, so the more noise, the more clutter, the more distractions, whether that's internal or external, the more mentally drained we become. So because of that, we need recovery time, we need recharge time in order to think clearly, to communicate clearly, and to be the best versions of ourselves. So in today's video, I wanted to share with you guys some actionable steps that you can take right now in your life to create a quiet environment and allow you to thrive. I can tell you guys from experience, when you finally find that quiet environment, when you finally create that quiet space for yourself, it makes a world of a difference. It can truly be a life changer. You'll be able to be more productive. You'll be able to tap more into your creativity. You'll be able to make better decisions. You'll be more emotionally grounded, and you'll be less reactive and more proactive. The number one step that I recommend, which out of everything that I'm going to talk about today, this to me has made the biggest impact on my life, the biggest change, and I am truly happy right now because I took this step. But it is finding a designated space for your quiet time. I'm talking about a physical space. Treat this space like your sanctuary. That is the space that you can go to and be uninterrupted, be by yourself, and be able to think clearly. For me, that space used to be my car. That was a space where I could go eat by myself if I wanted to. If I was on lunch break from work, that was a space where I could go film content or watch content if I wanted to, get inspired. That was a place where I could listen to music, or I used to make music as well, so that was a space where I could do that. It was just a place of peace for me where I could wind down and just do something that I enjoy to recharge. And there is no shame in going to chill in your car for however long you want to, or for however long you can. Don't worry about where other folks are going or communing. Don't feel guilty, because sometimes folks might try to make you feel weird for going into your car. No, this is your space. Own it, claim it, be confident in it. Now, like I said, the car used to be my sanctuary, but over the past several years, my life has changed in a lot of ways. I'm married now. Recently I had 2 kids. And so the car has really become a shared space amongst all of us. Got the car seats in the back. Sometimes the kids spill food, drinks. Sometimes my wife leaves her personal belongings in there. And so the car just doesn't really feel like my space anymore. So my next course of action was to try to carve out a quiet space in my home. I even bought a desk. I got some noise canceling headphones. I really thought that was going to work. But of course, at home, even in my quiet little corner, my kids, they see daddy, they want to play with daddy, they jump all over me, they're screaming, they're laughing. My wife, she says, oh yeah, I understand you need your quiet time, but of course, again, seeing me visually, seeing me, she wants to spend as much time as possible with me, so she routinely starts conversations. And so I just found myself in a place where I just could not have any quiet time even at my home. So ultimately what I ended up doing was, which you can see me here today, I actually ended up renting my own office space. And it was something in the past, it had crossed my mind a few times of something that I wanted to do, but I figured it would be crazy expensive or something like that. But honestly, I did a little bit of research and I ended up finding a great deal. And when I tell you guys, this office space has changed my life, oh my goodness, it has truly brought me so much peace and happiness. And of course, I love my family to the ends of the earth. And when I'm at my office here, I do miss them dearly. But I will say that this is a place, the only place that I could come up with where I could literally get away from the noise, to turn off all the stimuli in the world. What's great about this particular space that I rented is that it is extremely quiet. There are very few tenants who are renting an office, so I'm one of the few. On top of that, they offer 24-hour access, which I use all the time. And I'm actually one of the only people that comes during the evening or late hours. So a lot of times I'm the only person in the entire building. And so it feels like I just have this huge entire space, that I can use. And this building has nice patios, lounges, coffee machines, everything that I need as an introvert. So at times this place feels like a dream for me. And I'm not saying that you need to go out and rent an office space tomorrow. I'm just giving you guys an example. What I'm saying is that you should go to the extreme if you have to in order to secure a physical space for yourself, again, where you can be uninterrupted, unbothered. You deserve that. Not only do you deserve it, but you need it. Again, the way that your brain is wired, the way that you gain and lose energy, you need this quiet environment. Another way that you can go about creating a quiet environment is by clearly communicating your boundaries to those around you, whether that's family, friends, co-workers. Just being upfront and letting them know that these are your quiet time hours, these are your focus hours. Because the truth is, sometimes people don't understand the visual cues. Sometimes, even if your door is closed, people will burst in. Sometimes, even if you have headphones on, people will still try to have a conversation with you. So you actually have to vocally communicate what your boundaries are. A lot of times as introverts, we get frustrated because people break our boundaries, but how can they understand what your boundary is if you don't communicate it? How can they respect what your boundary is? It might make sense to us that, hey, this is not a great time to talk, but again, everyone is not wired like you are, so it's important that you clearly communicate what it is that you want from them. And some folks might honestly need to be told a few times. Maybe they're so used to crossing your boundaries that you, in a sense, have to train them or just get them to respect your boundaries. So it may not happen immediately, but you have to be able to express that to them so they can learn. Even with my kids right now, again, I have a 2-year-old right now and a 6-month-old, but I'm training them to the best of my ability to have focus time or no talk time, and time where maybe they just read, but just time that they spend quietly by themselves. I don't think it matters what personality type that you have, introverted, extroverted. I think it's important that you are able to spend quiet time with yourself in order to gain a deeper relationship and understanding of yourself. Another way you can go about creating a quiet environment for yourself is by either using technology or not using technology. What I mean by that in terms of technology is that there are lots of apps out there. You can find yourself maybe a meditation app that plays, calming ambient sounds. Also, like I mentioned earlier, maybe get yourself a good pair of noise canceling headphones. That can definitely help out a lot. But for me, what's actually been the most effective is removing myself from technology, because a lot of times technology, whether you realize it or not, it creates a lot of mental clutter and noise. Yes, there is a such thing as auditory and digital overstimulation. So one of the first things that I do when I wake up in the morning, I do not look at my phone for the first hour or two of the day. That allows me to stay away from social media, the news, texts, anything that might just throw off my mood. I like to keep a clear head, especially in the morning. Also, when it comes to group texts, if I am in any, I always end up turning the notifications off, hiding the messages so that I don't have to constantly see them. Same thing when it comes to social media. I have a lot of the notifications off, so I'm not constantly being stimulated by that message, because they're literally designed to overstimulate you. Another thing that you can do with your phone is put it on do not disturb mode. So finding designated hours in a day where you just don't want to be bothered, with calls or texts. And so when people do get that message that your phone is on do not disturb, they'll actually start to learn and respect that boundary that you set for yourself. Another thing that I think is very important to do when you want to create a quiet environment for yourself is to declutter. And when I say that, it makes me think of something that I've heard from multiple people, throughout my life. It's when they say that your room at home is a reflection of your mood a lot of times. So in your life, if you're stressed, if you're anxious, if you have a lot on your plate, a lot of times your room is going to look the same way. It's going to be messy, it's going to be junky, it's going to be cluttered with too many things. A cluttered space equals a cluttered mind. And so when I say declutter, what I mean is physically removing the junk around you, throwing it away, organizing your workspace, making up your bed, whatever it is that is going to create a more clean environment for you. Physically doing that will mentally put you more at ease, will mentally calm you down. So those are just a few tips and methods I wanted to share for creating a quiet environment in your life. But most importantly, I want you to be intentional with setting those quiet hours in your day. Schedule 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 1 hour however much you need to be able to be in a place where you feel recharged and the best version of yourself. And once you set those quiet hours for your day, let other people know about those hours so that they can respect that quiet time and your quiet environment as well. Remember, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being an introvert. It's just that the way that the world is structured, we routinely find ourselves in environments that are often too loud, too noisy, or too overstimulating. And so we have to take the initiative to either go find or create quiet environments that are tailored for our personality type. And once you're able to do that, you will be blown away by the results. You'll be able to find a place of peace, a place of happiness, a place where, again, you can be the best version of yourself. By the way, my name is Dre. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I make content that is relatable and empowering for introverts. So if you like this video today, you want to see more videos like this, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, drop a comment down below. Let me know if you guys have either found a quiet space in your life or you are working towards finding a quiet space in your life, okay? I'll see you guys on the next one.